Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 52 of a Let's Play Expeditions Vikings. Now, we're going to get ourselves to Perth because we've got some work to do. We just went home to Skjern after we did Linda's farm. We went to Orkney and went to Skjern. Handed off 10,000 valuables to our mother to be used to help us. We're also now upgrading the stronghold to make our life a little bit, well, make ourselves a little bit more powerful. Then I'm probably going to go back to focusing purely on prosperity again. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get the prosperity we need, but, well, we can get something. We can get something, ladies and gentlemen. We can get something. If I'd have realized from the beginning I could actually take money back and give it to her, I would have. If only it didn't have to be 10 grand, though. That's a bit more of a pain to get all at once. But I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure we will be able to do it again in the future. I do not believe it to be too big of an issue. Not too big of an issue at all. Definitely likes to take a long time loading in. Right, so let's get ourselves straight out of the camp. We've got some work to do. We got a fucking druid to find. There you go. And we got a brand new shield for ourselves, so we should be doing alright with that. Oh, it gets you. Well, that guy was a proper dick. I can't wait to slaughter the entirety of this place. No, we can't. Linda's farm. I don't think Linda's farm's on an island, but whatever. We can't get there at once, so we need to go up here. We have food, so let's go quickly do this. Oh, okay, no, we're starving. I'm gonna go stand here, and then we'll go clear that out, stay there, and then we'll move up because I want to make sure we're all okay, and I want to get a battle going before I go up to somewhere where I may have a battle and may get my ass handed to me. Got a test to make sure I'm alright, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? And we've got a lot of fucking repairing to do, so... So we've got 11 things to repair. I'm going to auto-assign quickly. Then we're going to tell them to repair everything. And we've got 2 herdmen with available shifts, but that's fine, so let's make camp. Good. Everything, all the evidence we found saying we lost 50 salvage, 8 meat, 10 hide, 6 herbs. So, yeah, we need to get some meat and rations next time. Actually, no, we don't. You know what? We'll do that fight anyway. We're just not going to stop there. We're going to move straight on afterwards. It's okay. No, we're going to have to stop there because I've got some loot to get. All right, let's do this little fight. Nefja, Kolga, Gunnar, and Aif. Let's go. I'm guessing Aif must be peaceful because I've been trying to do a lot more of aggressive actions recently. So, or she's just very open-minded, and we've been very closed-minded recently. But what can you do? People need to get out of the way. Right, we're in an immediate fight against. Okay, so this is a normal layout for a fight. Aif. So, okay, I can't check why Ife's upset with me. There's probably going to be her best place to shoot. And, ooh, she's got a 75% chance to the other archer. Alright. Kolga. You're going to be out in the open, but... Oh, you killed her. Oh, you can kill them. Okay, you only harried, that's fine. Sigma, just fucking charge. Nefja. Charge to... You know what? Don't charge. Stay there. he should be dumb enough to come over here, so... Ourself, go help Nefia. Gunnar, move as far as you can, then give us Thor's favour. Gunnar, you've basically become our fucking priest. Who just gives us all the buffs that we need. He can't hit I from... Oh, fuck, he can. That moment where someone punches you and it does nothing, it's like, mate, can you not? Hey, Gunnar, I said you were going to have nothing to do. I lied. Colga, what's your chance of hitting him twice? 65. Let's make that a better then. Let's make that a better chance of double hitting him. 90% chance of hitting both shots. That's what it should have been. This cunt needs his shield taken down, so I'm gonna heavy swing this twat. Alright, fair enough. I'm just gonna completely miss his shield to begin with. And there we go. We win. That was a damn sight easier than I thought it would be. Kind of upset. Well, I had no intention of staying here, so I just wanted to kill them. We shouldn't be hungry by the time we get up here. Good, we were not. There we go. Let's get in. Let's have some fun. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. I'm guessing. I mean, you never know these days. You just never know, ladies and gentlemen. Just never fucking know. We'll see, though, ladies and gentlemen. We will see. We shall fucking see. So yeah, in this part, I intend to just do this mission, and that's about it, really. Ooh, gotta kick that down. Gotta make sure that's not there, because that's fucking rude. Two boys, one around 15 years of age, the other much younger. They're crouched at the edge of a creek. A moment's observation reveals their errand. The older boy is teaching the younger how to tickle fish. The lesson is confined to a purely theoretical level, as the creek is much too shallow for fish. As soon as they become aware of your presence, the boys get on their feet. The older of the two steps in front of his friend and greets you with a hesitant smile. Wow, I've never seen people such as you. Are you from Northumbria? Strathclyde? Much farther away than that, boy. We're Vikings. The older boy puts a hand on his young friend's shoulder and nudges him forward. Go on, Luckdive. Run along to your dad. The kid walks past you slowly, head bowed in fear, then sets off down the path as soon as he's past you. The older boy clears his throat. I'm Killian. I've heard stories of Vikings. To be honest, I never figured they were true. They make you out to be demons or some such. Is it true that your ships look like dragons? Yeah, it's true. It strikes terror into the hearts of our enemies. Aye, that's right. You're not Christian. They say you worship ancient violent gods that thirst for retribution against the spreading light of Christ. That's right. Our gods will never be defeated by the Christian god. The corner of Killian's mouth curves upwards. He seems powerfully intrigued. If you don't mind me asking, what are you hoping to find out here? We seek the last of the druids. We're told he resides in this ravine. I know the man you're speaking of. I'll take you to him, if you want. I'll think he'll be very interested to meet you. He stands there for a moment, looking you over with a strangely excited air about him. Come on this way. Something tells me he leads us into a fight, because I don't fucking trust him. Oh, it's a cat. Yeah, we're gonna get raped, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. Well, Nefia is. She's the only woman. The rest of us are probably just gonna get stabbed to death. Those were the times, ladies and gentlemen. Those were the times. Kill the men, and you take the women. Very, very crude method, I'll admit, but it's what happens. I'm pretty sure the Vikings were the biggest perpetrators of that at this time. But anyway. The air of the cave is surprisingly warm and dry, but whatever supernatural blessing of air circulation, is responsible. It has failed to prevent the oppressive stuffiness from the settling over the area. Killian hollers into the cave as you enter, and his words reflect sharply off the irregular angled walls. Mirdrin, I've brought you visitors. They're not Christians. A voice returns from within the darkness, deep with authority, but uneven with age. Lad, your kindness will undo us both. I would ne'er have chosen a cave to live in if I wanted to entertain guests. Killian gives you a reassuring smile. He'll settle down when he sees you. Come on. How can he give us a fucking smile when we're outside, still outside the fucking cave? Ooh. Ooh. Don't mind me, just gonna... Whatever, we'll talk to Meridian. The man who awaits you in the center of the chamber looks just as you might have imagined. A dark grey beard reaches from his belt, almost to his belt, and blends seamlessly into an unassuming wool robe. His eyes judge you with a calculating clarity that makes you feel small despite the situation. And just for a moment, you might actually believe that this man could be 1,000 years old. As I thought, your guests carry a legion's worth of steel into my home. Have you no thought for the safety of an old man, Killian? Fool, boy. Killian doesn't look particularly troubled by his admonishment. They are Vikings. They worship the old gods. Yes, and if I taught you more about the old god, you know there is no guarantee of kinship. The old man's eyes have never left you, but only does he address you directly. Only now does he directly address you. Well then, Viking, tell me who you are. My name is Sigmar Gunmarson. Follow to my hall, Sigmar Gunmarson. If I had expected foreign dignitaries, I would have summoned the servants to tidy up the place. I am called Mydrian Emrys. If you came to speak to the last of the Druids and you have found him, please control your disappointment. Why have you sought me out? On behalf of Costina of the Picts, he'd like to invite you to Perth. It's not but it's him. He'd like to. The old man waves his hand dismissively and turns his back on you to inspect some mistletoe hanging on the string. It's a featureless gesture. King this and king that, those kings, they have come and gone. They come and go. I owe them no allegiance. My only loyalty is to the faith. Royal advisor is a respectable position. You'll be duly rewarded. Aye, but only while the king of yours reigns. As soon as he has usurped, all kings quickly are, I can expect to share his fate. Cannot fault a man for not giving away his loyalty. Not giving his loyalty away so easily. Midian regards you with the implacable way of a man who said all he needs to be said. Tell me about your faith. No, I will not. Christians or nay, you are strangers to me. Is there nothing I can do to convince you to come with me? There is not. If you respect my will, tell your king I am long dead. Tell him that all that remained of me was an old grave, overgrown with lichen. Kaelin catches your eye as you turn. He nods subtly back towards the mouth of the cave and then sets off in that direction. Oh, it's Nefia. She's leaning against the fucking wall for some reason. Apparently we need to... Alright, we are actually leaving. Fair enough. I wonder what he wants. Let's see. Outside the cave, Kaelin looks almost as disappointed as you should feel. Sorry it turned out this way. I was sure you and Miradon would get along. He's always on about Christianity's suppression of the old ways. You wanted to talk? Do you have a way to convince the old man? I cannot conceive Miradon of anything. I'll convince him of anything. The man's 1,000 years old. He's probably made up his mind a century ago. How can I change that? You seem to have vested interest in arranging this. Kaelin stretches his nose while he thinks. Listen, I need to catch fireflies for the old man's ritual. If you come along, we can talk along the way. But I don't want to help you. That's not doesn't involve murder. I mean, I'm good at murder. Catching fireflies is a child's game. Although a child can murder too, so I mean, I can't really complain. Eventually, this guy's going to lead me to get killed. The young boy from earlier is chasing fireflies with a girl about his age. When they see you, they freeze for a moment, then they run in a wide circle past you back towards the village. Kaelin looks worried. Ah, shite. I hope those wee pests don't tell their parents they saw us together. Will they worry I've corrupted your faith? Killian suddenly looks a lot older. I've never been entirely honest with my family about Mirrodin. I know they suspect I visit the old man, but I try to hide it, and every time it comes up, there's a big fight. You have to understand, this isn't a village, it's a homestead. Everyone is related when you live in a place like this to break from the fold. Why do your parents hate Mirrodin so much? Killian is silent for a time while he unpacks some jars from his sack. He hands you one and takes a few steps away to catch the nearest insect. With his back turned, it seems easier for him to talk. My parents are dead. They were killed in some stupid feud many years ago. My cousin Douglas and his brothers avenged them. Then he and Mael Muri took me in, treated me like a brother. That blasted feud is still going on, of course. It's an old sin, and it'll never end until everyone is dead. And how things work up here in the Highlands. So how does this involve Mirrodin? You've spent a few minutes chasing around fireflies, chasing around the small clearing. Every time you think you've got one, you find the jar empty. One streak right past your face, and you flail towards it just a moment too late, narrowly missing Kolga's face with your elbow. Mirrodin was here before us. As far as I know, he's always lived in that little cave. And the problem is, everyone here is all Christian, of course. Fervently so. They don't understand Mirrodin, but he frightens them. You should hear the things they say about him. That he's in leagues with the devil, that he takes children in at night to sacrifice them to dark powers. No children have ever been lost from the village, mind you. They're just trying to scare out the wee ones to stay away from him. Killian's voice is thick and unsteady now. I always want to tell them to shut up about him. That he's just a nice old man who wants to be left alone. But they don't want to hear it. So we have these fights, and a long moment of silence follows. I swear sometimes I think, if they know I've apprenticed myself to Mirrodin, they'd kill me, not Dub, but the rest of them. Another firefly disappears somewhere into the moss at your feet. You know, it sounds like a bad situation. You'd be safer in Perth than if you came with us. With the empty generator strike, you kneel on the needle-ridden moss and let your gaze wander across it. The moment you spot the bug resting its wings between a couple of flat stones, you bring the jar down and trap the creature within. Satisfied, you close the jar with a thin cloth. Gillian stops to think about it, and the local firefly population breathes a sigh of relief. Its jar already buzzes with half a dozen of them. I'd come, you know, if Mirrodin would go as well. I've learned so much from him, but he still has so much left to teach me. So much wisdom, stories of the old gods, knowledge of the world, his rituals. He raises his head and stares off into the distance, although his sight lines are blocked by fears in every direction. I'll talk to him again. I've never told him how unsafe I feel around my own family. If he sees how much this means to me, he'll go with you. Killian closes his own jar, confused blinks penetrating the thin cloth and hand it to you. Please bring them to Mirrodin back in the cave. I'll meet you and him at the stones at the peak. I'm going to go and reassure Douglas and Mael Muri. Good thing I brought a group of heavily armed warriors. We wouldn't want anything to happen to the fireflies on the way. He strikes up a genuine laughter. I'm convinced the precious shipment is safe with you. So we Kettle gains morale for my awfully bad joke. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we will do this quest, finish this quest in the next part. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next part. See you guys then.